continuing the MF Ghost series today. Today we have the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. I have been trying to pump these videos out for you guys as quickly as I can for this series. And there's just, I didn't realize like there's a lot of cars. I was making all the cars for this series, but my controller is most definitely still connected. It's a wired connection to my PC. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, I'm trying to push these out for you guys as quickly as I can. But like when I was making all the cars, like making the list of cars that I need to make, there's a lot more cars than I realized in the series because some of the drivers are like bouncing between multiple different cars. Like for example, the last two videos that I made in this series are both Michael Beckenbauer's Porsche Cayman GTSs, but they were two different Cayman GTSs. But yeah, so we're gonna start by showing you guys how to make the car look the way it looks. Then give you guys a share code for the design as well. Then build, tune, share code for that. Take a few laps around the Horizon Mexico circuit. Yeah, to begin, just the manufacturer white. Wheels are black. And I tinted the windows. And for the number on the door, I want to say that I made that number custom. Yeah, I did. You can find it by searching for decals, or you can make it on your own. This is one of the few cars where the number goes in like a black box. And of course you do that on both sides. The number one goes directly below the mirror, and then you have the Porsche stripe on the top of the car. About it for that. I'll give you guys this one surprisingly is one of the more complex cars that we've had in a minute, because they're normally just plain colors with a number on it and that's it. But yeah, we actually got some stuff on this car, stripes and stuff. Kind of excited for like the later parts of this series, because I already made all the cars, because the later parts of this series we're gonna get into like stuff like this really complex design. I think that one this design definitely took me the longest of the bunch. Yeah, it definitely did, looking at all the different ones. But anyway, the share code here. Current car. This can take a minute. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's do this. Just reset all of it. Didn't really think to do that. Anyway, the share code for this design, not a different one, is 169. Nice. 997 537. One more time, that is 169 997 537. That'll get you this design for your Porsche 911. Moving on over here, I'll give you guys the share code for the build and tune before I go through all of the steps. So the people who don't want to do it and just want the share code, you can just fast forward through all of that, being considerate to you guys, or at least trying to be. Okay. The share code for this one is 539-518-403. One more time, that is 539-518-403. Into the build and tune. For conversions, they are all stock. And this perfectly sits at the top of the S1 class, which is about where I want the cars for this series to be, because they can all kind of compete with each other if they're all in the performance, like the same performance class. So stock front bumper. Then you want the stock tire compound, because it already comes equipped with the racing semi-slicks. So front tire width, you want 285s. For the rear tire width, you want the 345s. For wheels, you want the stock ones. And the size of them should just be stock. For the drivetrain, you want the stock clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and race differential. I mean, I built this car a long time ago. I'm wondering why I did the stock. Oh, maybe I just accidentally skipped it. We're gonna put the race clutch on. Stock suspension, no roll cage, race weight reduction. Moving on over to the engine components, race intake, sport intake. Wait, what? Oh, my brain is intake manifold. I was like, my brain is not braining today. I'm very tired, and my body hurts from contorting myself under my truck. I'm working on it for like the past few days. Yeah, sport intake manifold, race fuel system, stock cams, stock exhaust, race ignition, stock valves, because all of this just bumps it over to S2 and we can't have that, and then race flywheel. So as far as the people who use the share code, just I'm just gonna ignore it. They'll be fine. It won't make that big of a difference. Moving on to the tune. Tires, 23.5 in the front, 25.5 in the rear. Gearing is 2.20 final drive. The rest remains stock. Alignment. Camber, -3 in the front, -2 in the rear. For toe, +1.2 outward in the front, and -1.8 inward in the rear. Front caster angle of 6.0. Anti-roll bars, you want 21.8 in the front, 12.6 in the rear. Springs, for the front you want 561.8, for the rear you want 475.8. Ride height is 3.7 in the front, 4.5 in the rear. Moving on to damping, for the rebound you want 8.0 in the front, 9.0 in the rear. Bump stiffness, 3.2 in the front, 4.4 in the rear. Aero, front should be stock, for the rear you want 352. Braking balance, 41% towards the rear, 57% pressure. Differential is 63 acceleration, 37 deceleration. Now we can go take to the rivals event thing. So I just kind of, because most of these cars in this series are very track oriented, take them to the Horizon Mexico circuit, rivals, and it allows me to kind of like document times to really see, like build a leaderboard on them as far as which ones are the quickest ones. So far it's the Audi R8 V10 at 1:02 flat, almost. 1:02.088, so basically 1:02 flat. Let's see what the GT3 RS can do. So we normally do 4 laps around here. The first one's a dig lap. It's kind of just practice basically because it doesn't really do anything for us as far as like giving us an accurate time reading. So like 4 gives us 3 good flying laps to really get a gauge on time. I love the way this thing sounds. Sounds so cool. I don't want to sound like a basic car guy, TikTok car guy nerd, but like these things are cool. Are they extremely overrated? 100%. But they're cool. They're cool. The GT3 RS is a cool car. Is it my dream car? No. Would I like one? Yes. Who wouldn't? But wouldn't say that it's my dream car. So as far as like realistic dream cars go for me, 56 Chevy, Bel Air. '70s Pontiac Trans Am. That one I mean, I have a Trans Am right now, but it's a 1994. It's the 4th gen. But like 70s, that'd be sweet. 90s, like earlier 90s Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. These are realistic ones. These are attainable. Super Impreza would be cool. These are just options, I guess. The attainable one's just a lot more options. Because there's a lot of cars I like and think are cool and would really love to own. So I have several dream cars. As far as like completely unattainable ones, I feel like again, don't really want to sound like basic TikTok car guy, but like Skyline GTR would be pretty fucking dope. But the 32, not the 34, so it's like a little less basic. I think the like Bugatti of any variation would be cool. C8 Corvette, that would be cool. Okay, I gotta dial in on this last lap because we're getting close to that Audi. But right here on this part, it just kind of pulls away. That thing is quick coming out of the corners. The Porsche, this thing is quick in the corners. That Audi is quick coming out. Well, we put on quite a bit of distance there. For all the beans right here, it comes down to the final corner. It's gonna do it on the final lap for the lead in this series. The Porsche 911 GT3 RS takes it by 0.3 of a second to clock a 101.743. we have our first sub 102. I had a feeling like earlier in the series, I kept saying like once we get to the supercars, we're gonna see some stuff, and we're seeing some stuff. And that was the 4th lap and the final lap that we were doing for this car. So it came down to the final corner, and then GT3 RS took it. So let me look at the list as far as cars that we still have to do, or like still have to make videos on. There's the Porsche Carrera, there's GTR Nismo, a few Mercedes, Lambo, Ferrari, Honda Civic, Honda NSX, Lexus LC500, and a couple BMWs. So we could see the GT3 RS get dethroned. I doubt it, but never say never. You know, anything is possible. Because there's not really too many supercars left. Alright, now we're gonna rip donuts. That's how we end off all the videos on the channel. That's how I've done it for like the past 5 years. Man. And these donuts are even more special because they're victory donuts for this thing. So yeah, well, all that said and done, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next video, and that is all for me today.